Anybody who steps outside of that special bloodline club is immediately taken care of, as perhaps was possibly the case with Princess Diana. Just because every now and then a commoner, although a brilliant one, such as Richard Branson, manages to make millions means little. Even he needs permission from the established committees to fly his planes, set up a business, or run his trains. If he or his company steps out of line, then permission is not given. Toe the line, virgin or no virgin. And just because you may live in a republic, don't think for 1 minute you are immune. Take Hollywood, for example. The stars of Hollywood are themselves treated like royalty. Some step out of line and are consequently no longer required for the major studios. Why? Because the big film companies are largely owned by the same old elite. Many stars are themselves descended from royalty. U.S. comedian Ellen DeGeneres is 15th cousin to Princess Kate Middleton. Angelina Jolie is descended from the kings of France. Brad Pitt is a descendant of King Henry II of England. Hugh Grant is a descendant of King Henry VII of England. Brooke Shields descended from King Henry IV of France. Uma Thurman descended from King Edward I of England, and so on. In fact, the list is extensive, and if we take this further and look at many executives of film, distribution, and studios, then we find a similar story. In the UK as in America, the story is the same. The world-famous BBC is run by several committees, all of which are populated by the same old boys club that sit in the house of so-called lords, and were educated by one of those inbred institutions, such as Eton. All of these people own the land, buildings, and companies. They run all of the institutions such as the religions, the major charities, the arms companies, chemical giants, media outlets, police, military, and more. They even control access to the stately homes, castles, and places of historical importance. On top of all this, the hidden wealth of these people of the bloodline is enormous. Hidden beneath the Vatican is a treasure trove that could solve all Africa's problems. The British royal family have so much art, jewelry, and antiques that the world's financial problems could be solved very quickly. Add up all the other royal families of the world, the barons and earls, the distant relatives, and friends, and you have a staggering wealth in hidden gems alone. Between the royals, religions, and so-called secret societies of the world, we have much more than just wealth. We have power so vast, it is almost unimaginable. And all of these are part of that very same bloodline that thousands of years ago spawned planet Earth from the beams of light that descended to enslave us. Remember those lines from Mesopotamian cuneiform? That from the earliest times of Sumer and Akkad, all lands were owned by gods, and men were their slaves. These were the illuminated ones. In the 18th century, their name reemerged. They spread, embedded themselves in Freemasonry, controlled people, and forced change. The same Freemasonry that has members from royalty, religion, business, military, police, charity, media, and just about everywhere else. One bloodline to rule them all, and in the darkness blind them. Now, in the 21st century, we are still slaves to the masters who have accumulated vast estates, power, and wealth.